our launch list, or how Sandy and I make sure we're safe and secure before we set off towing our Jayco caravan.
We're going to go through what we check and why we check it.
Yeah, we have some things that we both check.
Yep.
And some things that we trust each other with. Yes.
So if you just joined us, we're Kiwi Wanderers and we're wandering around New Zealand and the world as of lately.
Yeah, sometimes in our Jayco caravan and sometimes not. And this is one of our tech tip series, so if you get something out of it, please leave us a comment below.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. We have a list that we run through every time that we move the caravan, even if it's for a short distance.
Yeah, true. And the reason we have this list is that in the last 2 years we've just about forgotten everything on this list.
Yep, we have.
Okay, so yeah, there's always been something happened for things to get on this list.
So we all know what it's like when you start off with plenty of time to go to your destination,
Yeah.
and some friendly fellow or fellowess comes to have a chat.
Yeah. And you find out that you do have quite a bit in common with these people.
You do,
and,
yeah. You
so
invite them in, have a coffee, before you know it's an hour later.
Yep.
Where was I up to?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then you need to rush to get everything done so you can get on the road, and that's when you forget things. So
I don't, you do, but anyway.
To make sure that we do everything every time, we have a list.
We do have a list. Now, someone on Facebook put us onto a little app called AnyLists. So we used to use Apple Notes, but we find this is really big.
Way better.
We find this is way better because you can cross things off as you go and it disappears.
Yep, it works on Apple and Android, and it's a great app. We use it for groceries as well.
Yes.
And we both zoom off on our separate ways in the supermarket, crossing off supplies as we go.
Okay, so here's our launch list. It's divided into 2 lists, one for me and one for Greg. And as you complete them, they disappear from the list.
Yeah.
So in other words, pink jobs, blue jobs.
Yeah. And it updates live on our phones while we're doing it. So if I get behind because I'm talking to some bloke about some very important caravan stuff.
Which happens quite a lot, and I can help you cross off some of the things on your list.
Yeah, so here is the list. Now it's all pretty straightforward stuff in a reasonably logical order. As you can see, mind you, I have once tried to drive off with the motor mirrors engaged. Yes, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
And the part brake. Now the DC means that double check, and that we'll both check these things on our list.
Yeah, but of course you need to be attached to the ute before you release the park brake.
You do.
So it's on the end of Sandy's list and on the beginning of my list.
It is, yep. Test the breakaway. We do this every trip.
Yes, we do. Because I don't want to be responsible for my van somehow coming detached and drifting into an oncoming family.
No, not ideal, yeah.
We've done a little video on that actually, how we connect up the breakaway system, so I'll link that above.
Doors, we've had a front locker come off, and that's actually in a video as well, while we were travelling, and that's on the list as well.
Yeah.
Not sure who didn't check that, I think.
No, not sure. We've had a drawer come open once, spilling all the pots and pans on the floor. That's why that's on the list.
Checking tyre pressures, that's an important one. It takes a moment for the app to connect, but we've had a slow leak on 2 tyres, and if we didn't check this, we wouldn't have known about it, and that wouldn't have been good. No,
that's right. I also like this app because it monitors the temperatures of the tyres, and you can monitor it as you're driving along, and just you can see that the brakes are doing their job, because all the temperatures come up equally on a big downhill. You know, the temperatures can increase by 10 or 15 degrees.
The reverse camera and trans temp are things we have to get going, and getting them connected and working properly just takes a moment or 2, but once it's done, it works well.
Yeah. And doing it when you're driving is not the best for anyone.
No, it's not.
I remember one time that was almost divorce material.
It was, almost. Greg leaves disassembling Starlink to the end, because when we are in the middle of nowhere, we still need to have connection, don't we? Yeah. So that our cell service works and our phones sync on the app.
Yeah. My final check is testing the brakes. When we're all set and Sandy's in the ute, I move forward about half a mile an hour and push the wide tie emergency brake button. I mean, it's never not worked, but it is great to know it's working if you need it. Hopefully, we never will.
Now this is my list. I'm obviously doing while Greg's doing his outside list. All pretty straightforward.
You will notice that bring in the anti-flappers. They're on our slide out.
I call them tampons.
Yes, and we have brought the slide out in with them still in.
We have. Makes a terrible noise, doesn't it?
It does.
Also the cup holder, which we fitted to the bedroom wall, is very handy for my cup of tea. But we do need to pull it closed when we put the slide out in, otherwise it will break, which is why we're on our second one.
Yeah. And of course, Sandy works way faster than me because I'm old and tired.
Yeah.
So she has more things on her list.
On the last things on the list is Greg drives forward and I check under the van, just in case we've forgotten something, which we have done before. And I don't really want to discuss how it got on the list.
No. And as you can see, Sandy is just doing the final double checks before she hops in. And we are off on our way, launched, you might say.
So that's how we start every trip, or launch out onto the main road.
Yeah. I'll put a copy of our list in the comments, and please, 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 if you think of something else we should be checking or adding to our list,
We probably should be.
add it in the comments below.
Hope you got something out of this video. This is why we make them, just to help you guys out. And please let me know if there's anything else you want to see.
Yeah. We have some good stuff coming up. We're loving being back in the van after our trip overseas.
So we hope to see you out there. Thanks for watching.
Tonight we're running on the right track.